Hey guys, so part two. Let me see, where did I leave off with the last video? I think I just told about getting to Texas, and then the following day when I had the Indian food and my spicy food wimpness adventure. So Wednesday was her actual birthday, and it was decided that we were going to do an escape room. So again, there were 6 of us that went. I will put a picture up right here. And the two that have their faces blocked out, those are the kids of my best friend and another friend of her and her husband's. So yeah, they're minors. They know that the photo is going up, but they also know that I said that their faces were going to be blocked out because they are minors, and they were both okay with that. The one actually seemed rather grateful for that. But yeah, so we did an escape room called The Cellar, where you have to, and that's Cellar. I know I pronounced it like some kind of salesman seller thing. Anyway, basically, there are 2 rooms, and half of your group is in one chained together, the other half is in the other room chained together, and you have to figure out how to get the flashlights and then get the key to be able to unlock yourselves and open the door so that you can pass through the 2 rooms. And it was a lot more complicated and fun of an escape room than the ones that I have done about half an hour from me. So I might have to explore other ones that are near my area, hoping that they're more like the one that we went to there. But yeah, the 6 of us actually. So basically, the object of the entire thing was that you had to gather up all the different clues and stuff like that, reveal the murderer who locked you in the cellar, and then find the knife and stab him in the heart. And, of course, it was a dummy, it was a dummy guy thing, who was holding a little like toy chainsaw thing and stuff like that. But it was awesome, and we actually got it solved with 7 minutes and 31 seconds left. So that was awesome. Like, we were riding that high for the rest of the day and part of the next day too. The next day, let me see, what did we do? That was when I had rented this cabin kind of thing on Vrbo, and it overlooked the Colorado River, and then there was an in-ground pool that was nearby, that was, pretty much, like the main house overlooked the pool, but the cabin things all had access to use the in-ground pool. So that was awesome. It has been so long since I've been able to go swimming, and it just, oh my god, it felt so good. But the chlorine and, all that kind of stuff, and then the tea that I had that night and the next morning dried out my throat. So I have been dealing with that. I was actually leaving on Saturday. So basically Thursday to Friday was when we had the cabin, and did the swimming Thursday afternoon / evening. Woke up, my throat felt kind of odd on Friday. But I was like, I should be okay. Just remember to drink plenty of water. But then, when we came back from the cabin, which was about a 2-hour drive from her place to this cabin, and then, of course, in reverse, we went to that Indian place again, because there were a couple of different meals that I wanted to try when we were talking about it before I ever went there. And so I was like, well, we'll just have to go twice. So she was like, yay, big smiley on the text. So yeah, that despite how much water I drank there, that dried out my throat further, and I woke up on Saturday and I was all and I barely had, because I didn't know how much access to a bathroom I would be able to get, driving down to Austin, and that was a 2 hour drive because I was not taking 35. But driving down to Austin and then being in the airport and waiting at the gate and taking the flight and then waiting at another gate and taking another flight and everything. I didn't know how much access to a bathroom I was going to have, so I basically had like one bottle of water the entirety of Saturday. So yeah, not the smartest thing. So, I'm actually recording this on Sunday, the day after I got back, and I have just been downing as much water as possible and just things to help coat my throat and, hopefully help it so that, I hope I will be back to normal by Monday. But yeah, the cabin was a lot of fun. It was a really nice place. You walk in and it's like a living room kind of setup, and then a little kitchenette area was over to the left. It had the sink and the fridge and burners and everything. Little table for two people to sit, and then it was a 2 bedroom place. So there was a separate bathroom next to the smaller bedroom that had like a double bed, maybe a full bed, and then the other bedroom had like a king bed or something, like definitely king or queen, and had its own bathroom attached to that. So I was like, you know what, we're doing this for your birthday. You take the king bed with its own bathroom thing. I didn't care about the smaller bed. And, we just had a good time there. And came back, and what did we do on Friday? Well, like I said, we went to the Indian place again. And then I think we just came back and kind of hung out at the house. And there we had Mexican food later on that night, for dinner. After the Indian place, we went to this gourmet cupcake place that, oh my gosh, they're expensive, but they're gourmet cupcakes, and they are delicious. Oh my God. They were so good. So also what happened on Friday night is, my best friend's husband is into all these different, like stereotypical nerdy things. And a while ago, I guess when it first came out, I don't know when it first came out, but when it was being advertised on Netflix, I was seeing different advertisements on YouTube for The Sandman. And there was one that I watched that I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. But I didn't really do anything as far as actually watching it. I do have access to Netflix, but I was just like, like, yes, that advertisement looked awesome. I should probably watch it at some point, but it kind of went to the back of my mind with other things that I was working on or focusing on or whatever. So, Friday night, her husband says, or no, she says to me, that her husband, like, when he comes back because he was out with the kids and he was the one picking up the food. And so she says to me, hey, he wanted to know if you'd be interested in watching Sandman because it's hot guy British adjacent and it's really good, and whatever she said. And I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm game. I liked that advertisement that I saw. It looked intriguing. Let's do this. So, it's like 3 episodes in. And he comes, and because he was distracted, things with the kids and, like, all of that. But he comes and he sits down, and it's like, we're like 3 episodes in, and he's like, yeah, so if you like this, and I'm just like there, like, just completely focused on the screen, and I hear that, and I'm like, if? What is this if? But yeah, so I think we watched the first 5 episodes, and I am actually about to, well, in about 20 minutes or so, I'm going to get off of YouTube and watch at least a couple more episodes tonight. And then, yeah, I decided on Friday night, screw it, I'm going to go on to Amazon and see about ordering the different, trade paperback comic versions of this thing. So I look on YouTube and I see the individual volumes, that are like this, trade paperback comic, and they are like $21 each. And it's like, I get it. like fairly fair price for a trade paperback comic, especially since like literally this much would probably be, I don't know, 5 or 6 issues of the regular comics that you think of when you think of comic books, and each of those would probably be, at this point, like $4 or $5 each. So definitely is more worth it to buy the trade paperbacks. But I was like, do I really want to, like, how many volumes are in this thing? Do I really want to spend $20 per volume, for however many there are? So I looked a little bit more, went down the thing on Amazon a little bit, and I found out, oh, okay, there are 14 volumes. And I found, let me set that there, I found an entire box set. So, yeah, there we go. I bought the entire frickin' box set, and it came earlier today, and I am happy. So, yeah, I have much reading to do. It's been a long time since I've read a comic. When was the last time I read a comic? I literally think it was, the book is up there. Let me move my finger the right way. Nope. Come on. I don't know, somewhere up here, because I have my copies of Vicious and Vengeful by V.E. Schwab up there, and then there was the comic that happens in between, I think it's in between the two, called Extraordinary. And yeah, that I think was the last comic I read. Anyway, that about takes care of the Texas visit. Saturday was a very, very long and very, very stressful day because not only was there the drive from her house to the Austin airport, which took me about 2 hours because I basically took highway back roads, or I should quote back roads. It was still highway, it was still main road, and still with a freaking 60, 70 mile an hour speed limit, which I was not comfortable going. There were several times I pulled over to the shoulder and let trucks and other cars pass me, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, just go past me. Just keep going past me. Yeah. But, yeah, and then it was just airplane ride after airplane ride, and we got delayed with the second flight, and then we're finally on the second plane, and it's nighttime by that point because it was like 9:15 before we even boarded, when it was about 8:50 that we were supposed to be taking off. But yeah, it was about 9:15 before we were getting on the plane. And then I'm sitting there looking out the window, and all of a sudden I start seeing flashes in the sky. And at first I'm thinking to myself that it is just reflections from like lights on other planes and stuff like that. Yeah, no. Holy crap, it was frickin' lightning. And it wasn't just, like, I wasn't just seeing flashes in the sky. Like, there were 3 different times when I legit saw freaking lightning bolts coming down. And oh my god, that was terrifying. But luckily, as the plane started moving, it turned out that, the way we were going, first we had those clouds, that storm on our left, and then he turned again and, on the actual runway, and the storm was behind us. So I was like, okay, I can deal. And then we had some turbulence during the flight. So yeah, that almost incurred, a frickin' panic attack. And we pull into Newark, and, weather's fine, all of that. And then I had to get to the place where I had to get the shuttle to go to the parking lot where my car was. And oh my freaking god, I like I said, I have PTSD. I cannot be a passenger with people. And this guy drove. It was worse than a New York City cab driver. Like, it was, oh my god. And I'm just there, like, holding on to the seat in front of me for dear life. Just trying not to freak out in front of the rest of the people in this vehicle because it was full of people. 3 rows of seating, you know. But, ugh. Anyway, though, I made it back to the car lot and I got in my car and then I had to do the drive at almost midnight, you know, and then a little bit past midnight back to my house. And holy crap, it was terrifying because I do not like driving at night. You know, freaking people with the LED headlights. It's like, yeah, you know, great for you that you can see into next Tuesday, but you're about to run me off the road. And then when I was feeling more comfortable because I was back in the area that I knew very well and everything, there's this jackass behind me who decides to speed up, tailgate me for a little while, look like he's going around me. He would swerve a little bit to the left, and then like somebody else would come up in the left lane, so he would swerve back, and it looked like at first that he was just letting somebody else go past, that he was just avoiding, getting in front of them. But no. Then when there was nobody in the freaking left-hand lane, it's like literally just us on this stretch of road. He comes up, tailgates me, swerves some, backs up so that he's nice and far away from me, swerves some more, then speeds up to tailgate me again, and eventually I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm getting the hell off this road. I don't want to be in front of him, because I don't know what the hell this jackass is doing. So I did that, and I wound up going through a town that is about, a 5 or 10 minute drive from us, and then I stopped at a Wawa, got a sub, got other food, came back, paid attention to my cat, and ate and finally passed out. And yeah, that was the adventure. So, I will see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching while I told this entire saga, and I will come back with something slightly different on Friday. See you then. Bye.